London Downtown Theatre Online is a website that will help promote and support community theatre in London and the surrounding area.
We're able to go to the productions and show you theatre from a different perspective.
LDTonline.ca, it's about promoting local theatre.
Welcome to LDTonline.ca. We're here at the University of Western Ontario, where we will be catching up with Richmond and Tower's latest production of Pillowman.
You know, a great man once said, the first duty of a storyteller is to tell a story. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. The first duty of a storyteller is to tell a story. Or was it the only duty of a storyteller is to tell a story? Yeah, it might have been the only duty of a storyteller is to tell a story. I can't remember. Anyways, that's what I do. I tell stories.
The show takes place in a kind of unnamed totalitarian state or dictatorship, and two very corrupt, very violent and sarcastic detectives take in this unassuming young writer. And he writes a lot of gruesome, sort of Stephen King-esque short stories. And as it turns out, there have been a number of murders committed throughout the city that correspond very closely to his stories. And of course, he has no idea that this has been happening. And so he has to kind of solve the mystery of what's been going on with his stories while trying to avoid being executed by these two cops. It's a comedy. It is the blackest of black as far as comedy goes, but it is a comedy by an Irish playwright named Martin McDonagh, who people would know from the film In Bruges, which he wrote and directed.
I've been racking my brains, but I can't think.
You've been racking your brains, but you can't think.
No.
Well, yes or no?
Yes.
Huh?
Just because I've never done anything. I've never done any anti-state thing or any anti-police thing.
You've been racking your brains, but you can't think of a single reason we might have brought you here?
I can't think of a reason, or not a reason, but a thing. I assume there must be a linkage, though I can't see how there can be a linkage.
The linkage of what? Of what to what? Or of what to what?
What?
Richmond and Tower was started a little over a year ago, I guess now, and there were 4 of us living in a house, and we were sort of, I guess, dissatisfied with the level of theater on campus, so we decided to start our own little theater company. And we named it Richmond and Tower because we live on the corner of Richmond Street and Tower Lane, so that seemed like an appropriate name. And our first show that we launched a year ago, February, was David Mamet's Glengarry Glen Ross, which we did on campus and went very well. And then we decided to continue making theater and moved things downtown to the Arts Project. And here we are 3 shows later and on to our 4th, and it's going fairly well.
It's Richmond and Tower's production of Pillowman. We'll see you next time on LDTonline.ca.
LDT Online is sponsored by Devogue, professional hair and professional training.